Good evening, dear friends. I greet you. As it happens, your favorite TV show is on your YouTube receivers. So, let's get more comfortable. Let's sit more comfortable. Kids in front, parents behind. Enjoy your meal, everyone. Watch, don't get confused. So, friends, I see that your eyes are looking at me with a question. How can we improve our cerebral circulation? We came to the internet in the hope of finding an answer to this question. Many of my subscribers are people with impaired cerebral circulation. Because you miss episodes, watch them later, forget to like. As usual, you should like the video at the beginning and then at the end with a trailer. So, friends, there is also a bell that you need to press to watch the video fresh. As fresh as your brain will be today after our manipulations with you. Here you see a photograph of a young man who is experiencing some problems with the blood circulation of the brain. Here, the circulatory system on this realistic photograph is represented by the arterial flow of blood, which rushes to the brain through two main magistral channels. This is the vertebral artery and the common carotid artery, which divides into the external and internal carotid. Then all this connects in the base of the skull, forming the so-called Circle of Willis, named in honor of the great scientist, whom we all know well with you. Willis. Hello, Willis. Thanks for the circle. Thanks to him creating this circle, our brain, even when the blood flow is disrupted to one of the arteries, for example, here an atherosclerotic plaque formed in the internal carotid artery, this happens very often, and it blocked the blood supply to the brain. But thanks to Willis, thanks to him inventing this circle, we have anastomoses in our brain. They are arranged in such a way that if blood flow is absent in one of the arteries, blood circulation is not disrupted in a certain place. This is offset by another artery, as everything is interconnected like pipes in a sewer system. But blood, as you've already begun to guess, after it has reached the brain, performed its function, delivered nutrients, oxygen, microelements, and proteins, fats, carbohydrates, amino acids, and everything that you eat through your mouth. Also breathe through your nose. This is about oxygen, various gases. It has to go somewhere in the opposite direction. And here too, whoever created man. Either God or nature or aliens, they also anticipated this, and hence you see there's blood. The blood is drained through the venous system. Our venous system is represented by veins, the tone of which is significantly less than the tone of the arteries. The pressure in them is lower, and they are prone to be more precise, it's easier to compress them. They can be compressed due to muscle tension, and in this case, venous outflow is disrupted. And another reason for blood flow disruption is that old blood stagnates in your head, in the brain, and cannot recede from there. Even an increase in intracranial pressure can occur because blood comes in, but it poorly recedes from there. So, what should we do? What should we do simultaneously? And improve blood flow and improve drainage. So, this is to keep you from getting distracted. Always look at the badge. Here it is. The removal of the badge is done. So, friends, besides this, there is also the lymphatic system. In addition to this, there is also cerebrospinal fluid, which nourishes the brain and performs another amortization function. That is, the brain, so that it does not hit the walls of the skull. There are also brain membranes, soft, hard arachnoid brain membrane. You see how complex everything is arranged. Such is our human nature. Medicine, you see how developed it is. Well then, I can see you want your own brain. To start using 100%. Because without overworking it, our neurons, which are languishing in anticipation of work, because they have such growths. If it's idle, its growths are free. It's not connected with other neurons, it's not functional. A neuron, it only starts to work when it has connected with some other neuron, and they have formed such a chain. And this is memory. That's why you remember the code from your phone as soon as the connection is lost. You forgot one digit, the connection is lost. Here you forgot where the phone is, the connection is lost again. You forgot to subscribe, to like and comment. This is already called dementia. Well, enough of these unnecessary conversations, too much unnecessary chatter. This is not about us we are with you with a definite purpose. Every minute counts for us a lot of important things. That's why, friends, the first thing we will do with you is to improve once and for all the blood circulation of our main brain to become the most genius. Well, friends, the thing is that our vessels pass like through tunnels, bypassing muscles, penetrating between muscles into the skull. They pass several zones where they can be squeezed. The main place where they are most often squeezed is the suboccipital area. There is a group of suboccipital muscles that are always in such a tense state due to our sedentary and lowered down head lifestyle. So look, medicine has invented such devices for you, especially with the help of which we can relax these muscles and improve the blood flow. For this, we need to place such a special roller on this suboccipital area. You see, for massage, with the help of this, we can relax this whole suboccipital area once. Relax the group of short flexors of the neck. Here they are located. Look also on another model. I will show you the vertebral artery. It is here. It enters the skull inside here. It turns out, and here, in this place, it is very often squeezed between the first vertebra of the suboccipital bone. And there, we need to free this area. Relax. You can use balls. But now there are more convenient ones. Such devices exist for this, such rollers. Special, you put this roller under the back of your head, and for the beginning, you just need to lie down. Relax your neck, but you can try, just on the floor. Of course, put it like this, but it will most likely roll down, so you need to put something under this roller, some pillow. You on the pillow roller, on the roller, neck that is, you lie down. The first vertebra area, or if it turns out straight between the first vertebra of the suboccipital bone. Like this, put it like this, and just lie down and rest. At this moment, relaxation of this part occurs. So you lie down for a minute, then turn your head under. 45 degrees in such a position lay a little, from 30 seconds to a minute. Then you turn your head to the other side. That is, your task is to completely relax in this position. If you're sick, then make this pillow softer. That is, this suboccipital muscle group, it will relax under the weight of your head in this position, and thus your vertebral artery will be freed from compression. Also, look, our scientists inventors are not standing still. And every day, new and new massagers appear on our roadiness spaces. Therefore, such a very convenient massager you can also use for working out the neck muscles. You grab your neck muscles from both sides like this, and slowly you release them and relax. You've released and relaxed, and so you move along all the neck muscles. In this way, you work through every centimeter of your neck flexors, relieving tension, spasms, and improving blood supply not only to the neck muscles themselves, but also to the brain. We do this from behind. Also, if you slightly expand it, it is multifunctional. You already moved from these back muscles a little to the side muscles and already capture the muscle that lifts the earlobe, capture the middle and back and the scaling muscles, and thus already improve not only the blood flow, but also its outflow from the brain. So there is no venous congestion and venous outflow disorder. So, friends, we have stimulated the muscles a little with you. Now, is it worth stretching the neck muscles? Many ask which muscles can be stretched and which cannot. In no case, practically from 10 to 20% out of 100, it is forbidden to stretch the muscles of the back of the neck. Rarely are they so strong and tense, although there might be a feeling that they are tense, but in reality, they are just very weak. Therefore, these exercises, where you try to stretch them, they will give you temporary relief for a few minutes, and then even more there, everything will be more tense. Then what can be stretched? Which neck muscles can be stretched? You can stretch these side muscle groups. The trapezius lifting the scapula and the scalene muscles are present. You will get stuck if you do this movement. How? To stretch correctly. Then watch. If we just make a sideways movement here, it will stretch our trapezius, ladder muscles, the muscle that lifts the scapula, all together. This movement can be done. You can put your hand, your brush under your thigh or under your buttock so that your shoulder does not rise at this moment. Here are two options. Either you make the movement like this, pulled, returned, pulled, in reverse, reverse, the head returned. So dynamically you stretch. Better to start with this. Do 10 such movements. You've stretched the muscle, but not to the maximum, not to the limit. So that there is no disease in this. Just a light feeling of stretching. Do it 10 times on one side, then 10 times on the other side. Stretch the muscle, relaxed, and then you can already stretch in static. Here are also two options, either by tensioning the muscles from the opposite side or using your own hand. But here too you need to do it accurately. Look so that there is no pain, no disease in this. You should feel a light, pleasant stretch during this. And the second option, where you are not looking ahead of yourself but slightly looking, if you put your hand like this on your shoulder, look at your elbow. Well, that is under about 45 degrees from the average position. And here in this position, you make such a thing, that is, this is a more complex movement. Here too, the shoulder should not rise. That is, tilt, turn, tilt, and with your hand, you pull your head slightly down. In this case, you will have the muscle that lifts the earlobe isolated and stretched. Very often, this muscle is overloaded, shortened, because the weak trapezius muscle becomes. The upper trapezius weakens. The shoulder begins to go forward and hangs on the muscle that lifts the earlobe. Well, friends, that's the surprise I prepared for you today. My colleagues, two wonderful assistants who will accompany you in your successes. And also thanks to Alexander Petrov for the idea in our today's episode. Well, friends, how are you? Where are you? How are you? What? How? What did you eat? How was the sitting? What? Write in the comments. Aloud, we observe and record. Send this to your friends who also have brains and blood vessels and write likes, leave comments. Until the new broadcasts, we do sports. We help parents arrivederci.